All right, what's up, guys? Let me just go over some charts really quick. Welcome, welcome. If you're in here, I'm going over charts that you guys dropped in Telegram. Telegram is free. I don't charge anything for it. If you're in it, cool. If you're not, I'll make a little contest for other people to try to get in. So, going over first Solana. It's like up 200% off the lows. It's facing some overhead resistance, in my opinion. Yeah, something like this. Um, it's also facing, I don't know, it's facing all kinds of resistance. You could say this is resistance. You could say it's not. In my opinion, it is. It's rallied 200% off the lows. I'm sure if we had some sort of RSI or other measure, it would show some sort of bearish divergence as the majors are showing on most time frames. No surprise. So I would not position myself here for a breakout. I would try to chase a breakout if it happened and maybe get fucked by the market makers because they hate us, right? Something like that. And then like kind of relong this region. Not my interest yet. Lido, I think I just talked about this on stream. I don't know if any of you could hear me, but if you could, I'm long from 95, really small position spot. Not really interested in entering it here. I'm sure it could go to all-time highs. Is it going to? Can't guarantee it. There's no risk reward really entering it here unless you're like, yeah, it's going to hold this low and we're going to continue higher. Then you could intraday bet that this is the low for the day and we're not going to get swept. Market makers probably won't let you do that. Counterparties won't let you do that. Probably sweep the lows here. I'm not sure. I'm not betting it. But if you are, go for something like that. We got wooed up, similar structure, overarching, looks like a blow off. Would it be? Is this going to do something like this? And then retest down here and then below everyone out and then continue. Who knows? It's possible. This line that I drew is like a breakout line from up yonder. So if I got this type of fucking pullback, I'm all in shoving. Right. This is my bread and butter. When we get a crazy breakdown and then you don't have much time to fill, but normally you get a reaction off of something like that. This would fall in line with my ETH short that I have open, really small, but I want something like this, right? I say market structure is broken, momentum is slowed down, probably TP along the route, but fill, that'd be pretty nice. This would fucking nuke alts. Like all of the alts would hate this. Absolutely hate this. A lot of people would hate this. Everybody's probably long at this point. So yeah, let's keep going down the chart. Someone wants to see Doge. So let's see Doge. Wow, my OG play is still intact. I still like it. It's hard for me not to say this is something I wouldn't take, but I'm not going to enter it up here. If I get a re-entry, then it's probably going lower. If it does go lower, I'm interested. It's a little stronger than everything else, though, in my opinion. All right, APT. APT is probably not to be touched. Nobody has any business touching APT here. That's probably the blow off, and it's probably going to go lower, but you can't bet it because it's in price discovery. The valuation is absurd. I wouldn't even do anything with this. I might short it, but I'm not going to. You could say that was the blow off to catch everybody off guard and try and short something like this and just pray that doesn't get invalidated. Maybe even lower if you get it, something like that. I'm not going to do it. I'll just like paste these charts in my Telegram so you guys can like reference them as I go through them. What else is on the charts? You guys want to see CHZ? CHZ. This looks interesting on a lower time frame. Yeah, I love Doge for the next super sensor. It got his head in the right place. I love Doge for the next cycle or whatever, the next liquid run that we have in the next few days. I think that we get enough pull out of it. I don't know what's going on here. CHZ doesn't look great to me. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look great. There's things that look better. A lot of this shit, like I have a certain set of parameters in which I find a trade actionable. This isn't it. This isn't it. Not for me. Let's look at BNB. BNB doesn't. Oh, looks the same in my opinion. Actually, this doesn't look the same as everything because it hasn't really ran. Oh, the daily's hideous. Imagine we went down to 65. Sooner or later, right? Not now, but sooner or later it's possible. I don't know. I don't know what to think of this. Really, what it comes down to is all these coins essentially are going to move with whatever, Bitcoin and ETH end up doing. Um, so beta, beta, beta. I went over Sol. All right, FIL. I'm actually in, and I have a lot of orders going down. I'll sit. I'll sit in this thing. Yeah, this is great. This is great structure. This is parabolic. This is Livermore. This is comfy. Not super comfy. Um, Still trending. Let's hope that wasn't the top with majors. This was like one of the most shorted tokens at some point. I'm sure of it. Daily doesn't look great, but I'm long. Like, this is essentially what I have going on. I'm sure you guys saw this somewhere in my Telegram. I'm betting that this is the trend and the trend is up. So I'm long from up here, to be quite honest. Like, probably right there. I'd stop below this, but my target is like 7, 8, 9, something like that for a real squeeze. If I zoom out a little bit, yeah, I like that. I like that. This is my like fill play. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 type vibe. Speculators Kingdom. Keep going. Up. What else did you guys want to see? Phil, DYDX. I'm seeing some DYDX charts that I like. Not positioned. It's hard to be positioned here if you didn't catch it. But it does look like Frax. Everyone thinks it looks like Frax when it was in that massive range. Right? Like it did something like that. And then Frax did bingo. And then you could target realistically like 425, 426 area, this breaker level of volume traded right before breakdown. Hard to position yourself towards the top of the range. It's not really like good reward nor risk. What you could do is set alerts up here, and as it starts to break out, you could sit by your PC and kind of just like watch for momentum. You want to see GMT? I'm actually long GMT. I am a very small account, degenerate long. I don't care if it gets liquidated, type vibe. Yeah, you could see this start to ramp up. As long as structure doesn't break on these lower time frames for some of these high beta tokens, then you can like play them pretty well, and you can squeeze the shit out of them. OP. I was short this and I fucking stopped out in the nick of time. What's going on over here? Blow off or wood? I don't know. I don't like this selling, but I would love it if it was at all-time highs. It's not actionable to me. Could be. It all depends what the majors do for, it's like I can't really action in here, right? You'd want to say, oh, it's going to come back and revert to the mean a tad, or I don't know, not actionable. Not for me. Not for me. Let's keep going, shall we? Let's keep going. You want to see Baddick? All right, it's moving. Wow, I didn't see this. This thing looks pretty good, don't it? This thing looks pretty good. I don't know. It broke out, which is what you want to see. Not like a. It kind of has like a similar structure to what BTC did yesterday, right? You had this. Where are you? You had this like double tap system breakout, but look, the difference is look what BTC ended up doing yesterday, right? it just wicked. So if we go down to the 4-hour here, you had this like, you know, double tapped here. Boom, boom. Matic is on the break. BTC broke, and it retraced the whole thing. But you could also say it's going to bet up. See how the structure is pretty similar? It's probably going to trap breakout longs. If I were to guess, this is going to trap breakout longs. It's really hard to trade breakouts sometimes, and other times it's easy. It really just depends on what the makers want you to do. But I don't know, maybe BTC does trend up from here, right? Or maybe this is an SFP. If this is an SFP, all right, let's say this is an SFP. And man, this magnet is too strong sometimes. Can I like make it weak? Yeah, that looks better. Say this is an SFP, right? This blew out all the shorts. Everybody, I got caught from breaking this along this breakout yesterday, thinking that I could catch it. But if it is, it's going to distribute. Probably go down to here. That'd be ugly. Who knows though, right? I don't know. That's why we're reacting to what the market tells us. If this is an SFP, this is hideous, man. That would suck. But let's keep going, shall we? We want to see woo. I think we just went over woo. Funny, I had some I found a wallet the other day, yesterday, that like happened to have Matic on it or Magic on it. I guess it must have unlocked, but a super small amount. You know, nothing worth holding. I sold it and sent it to be gambled playing poker. Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna chart this, it probably shouldn't be the Binance chart. But there's a narrative, Arbitrum token release, NFTs. There's a narrative to Magic. Can you trade it? I don't know. It's low float, maybe, I would assume. You could probably squeeze the shit out of it. I haven't seen any metrics on it. This was trading at $35 at some point. I haven't gone over FTM yet, but I will. If you guys want to ask questions, just throw it over in the chat. I've got the chat window up instead of Telegram. Magic, there's a narrative here. If you're holding and not trading derivatives, then there's something to be done. I don't know. Like I said, everything relies on Big Daddy Bitcoin here. Can't really do much without it. We went over Matic. Aptos went over. I don't know what Velo is. I don't even know what that is. Curious. Interesting. This thing looks pretty good. I'd say this is holding the trend. Woo, almost. I don't know what this thing is, man. I don't know. You got to have a narrative, right? Like right now, the Asian tokens like GMT, Aptos, if you go on Upbit and look at the Upbit volume. Oops. And I cannot type. I got a new desk, so I'm trying to get to the. We go on Upbit. Aptos is still highest in trading volume. It's not really even. Actually, that's a good amount of volume. I don't know what threshold is. But look, Steppin's up here. So Axie's up there. What the fuck is threshold? TUSDT. Ah, yeah, there's the volume for it though. See what I'm talking about? Look at that. Koreans love this shit, man. I don't even know what this is. I've never heard of this one in my whole life. Or what else? Fuck, man, you guys dropped a handful of tokens. Velo's interesting. I don't know what it is. I don't know what T is either, but it's got volume. You can try and chase it. Let's talk about FTM, my ladies and gentlemen. You said you're looking at flow and Q&T. I'll take a look at comp. SNX is definitely possible. I'll take a look. Born, we aren't printing, but we can have the potential to set ourselves up to be printing if we do this right. I love FTM. Oh, fuck, man, I'm such an idiot. I'm not an idiot, actually, but I'm silly. What happened was I had posted a bunch of bids in this region, And then when everything broke down, it bounced. I was in it. I was like, man, I'm gonna close this. It doesn't look safe. Market looks teetering. And then we got the breakout. Andre's speaking at some conference in Miami, I believe. I don't think that's gonna have too much of a bullish reaction, but the structure is beautiful. You know, we're going to keep going up. The target. Wow, I didn't even realize that this was. Fuck, this thing's gonna go to 80 cents probably. I'll be bidding all pullbacks on this thing for sure. I like it. Oh, Velo is a DEX on optimism. Thank you for the narrative. Now we have a narrative. Now we pull it back up. Now that we have a narrative, let's see. I guess KuCoin is probably the best. Wow, this thing fucking holy shit. Is this Velo? Am I looking at the right Velo? Man, this thing was farmed to oblivion, wasn't it? VCs abused this one. This is hideous, man. Sheesh. Okay. Probably low float. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this thing's probably gonna get squeezed. Maybe hold a moon bag. I wouldn't put all my eggs in this basket, but it's possible, man. Anything's possible. All right, if you want to see, wait, wrong Velo. What am I charting? What is it then? What's the Velo that I'm supposed to be looking at? What's the ticker? Is it just VELO? Here, I'll pull it up on Velo Dex screen. Are you guys sure I'm looking at the wrong Velo? Because it doesn't look like I'm looking at the wrong Velo. Someone send me a ticker. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. Is it this thing? This thing is up only. It's got to be this thing. Yeah. Fuck, man. This thing's up only. No, it's the same Velo. No, it's not. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I don't know. You could claim it's a new market cycle. You know what I do like, though, while we're here? I do like bone. I don't know what the chart is. I hold like a fucking few pennies worth. I don't actually mean pennies when I say that, but I really don't hold much of this stuff. You gotta have a moon bag just in case, just in case. I'm sure there's a narrative with Shiba's network or whatever the fuck they're doing over there. But Velo looks good. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm not going to gamble on it. If you guys want to gamble on it, Drone. There's a narrative behind optimism, then there's a narrative behind Velo. If you want to play the continuation trade, then you just hope this parabola holds, right? So this would probably be where you start bidding, unless the parabola broke here and this is a change in market structure. If you guys saw what happened to Sheeb the other day when I was like, yo, I don't like it, looked like this, right? So you have this beautiful continuation trend. It starts to get parabolic, it blows off at some point, but sometimes it doesn't get to the blow off. And what you'll see is this like clear change in market structure, right? It's not going to look this clean, but it's no longer being bid at this type of mean that was holding, this moving average. So what happens is you start to get distribution. Other players get a hold of the fact that it's distributing, and then you break down. It's not doesn't mean that's what's happening here. These less liquid tokens, liquidity 3 million, yeah, market cap 9 million, right? It's way too easy to manipulate these kinds of tokens. So you can't really say that's what's happening, but you have to keep that in mind when shit starts to get parabolic. And I'll just show you what happened to Sheeb. I was super long Sheeb. Right here, look, chart looks the same. You have this fucking twop. Someone was just bidding the shit out of this, and then it breaks structure, right? You no longer have this elevator up, escalator up. So I circled that day when it was over here, and I was like, yo, this looks suspect to me. That doesn't mean that it's not going to, break out of this little. It could be a lower high. Could be a lower high, lower high, lower high. Who knows? I don't. I gamble. Gambling on this was cool. Market structure broke. No longer interested. Probably does something like this now. But doesn't matter because we're not in it. Keep an eye on it. Set alerts. Come back to it. So if that's what's happening to some of your tokens, keep an eye out for it. You want to see flow. Down only followed by a little pump that got everybody excited. Sure. I don't know. The continuation bet at this point on any token is the market continuing up, not just the token. So you have to keep that in mind when what time frame would I consider a break in market structure? Any time frame. You can have a break in any time frame market structure. Like for example, if I pull up SPY, I can go to the high time frames, break in market structures. Bid was infinite. Then we saw a lower high, and so you can bet that we're going to see another lower high. That's an example of a daily market structure. SHIB was on like a hour, 5 minute. This is a five. You could see it on an hour. You could see it on 5 minute. You could say 15 minute. I don't feel like zooming out that far. You could just say, look, the 15-minute structure looks great, right? Actionable. Like I said, any is actionable, but you have to change the time frame of your trade. If I saw this on a lower time frame, then I'm saying, all right, then I'm betting this structure has broken on the lower time frame. It's going to echo into the higher time frame. We're betting down, right? You start to see this. Same with SPY. You're saying on a multi-month, multi-year level, we were in a bull market. We're no longer in a bull market. The structure has broken, so now the targets are exaggerated. You're saying you have months of downside, and that it could be pointing to. It's just kind of confluence to the narrative at which you're changing. But let's continue. ETH about to lose 1,600. Yeah, no surprise. Now, oh, look at that. Right. So this is something where I would say the mean was getting bid. Every time we reverted to the mean, it was bidding. My opinion, this is a lower high. What happens next is we get to reload some longs lower. And look, if I get invalidated here, sick, right? What is that? How many points is that? I'm not losing much, man. I'm risking that we go lower by up to a 10% correction. Let's say we get a 10% correction, and I'm risking 3% of this stack to bet that I get to bid a bit lower. Cool. If not, if I get invalidated, that's all game to me. I'm still long Filecoin and Phantom. So okay, people are gonna be like, why are you long this but short that? I think that if we get a pullback like this, oh wow, it's happening right now. Look at that. Yup. Already happening. Let me see if I got any of my other asks in. No, I didn't. I had 75 ETH in asks and I got 25 filled. It's upsetting. It is what it is. But what I expect, when I'm short something like this, but long, some other higher beta altcoins, is I'm betting that we go lower to set a higher low in the structure, or to draw out some inefficiencies. If we go to this region at which I'm bidding or closing my short and we bounce, right? I have a sick, I got to reload some extra margin, but more importantly, on the higher beta tokens that I'm trading, if we go down here to to fill what ETH is doing and we get something into this, I have bids all throughout here that will quadruple the size of the long that I'm in from here. So say I get stopped out on ETH, right? Say I get stopped out on the ETH short and the trend is actually up. Well, if the trend is actually up and we continue from where ETH is now, the beta that I'll get out of this long that I'm in small will cancel out any of the damage I took on the ETH short. But if the ETH short is right and I have all these bids down here, then when we do hit my TP on ETH and we bounce, then I'm fucking set for this long, right? I'm positioned aggressively and ready for what is to come. Same with FTM, right? Clearly the trend is up on FTM. It's barely even falling from this ETH move. ETH is down 20 points and FTM hasn't moved, right? So what happens? Like I said, I'm short ETH. I expect it to fall $100. That's a good 10%. If I get a 10% move out of you know, FTM, say I'm long FTM from here and it's up here. I'm not going to close the long, even if I round trip it, because it's not the size I want it to get filled on. But if ETH starts to turn over and I get that 15% move, higher beta from a 10% move on ETH, I have bids here. I have all these bids here. Now, I am filled, right? I TP'd ETH. I take profit to any of you who don't know what TP means. I took profit on ETH short, got extra margin, got filled on more FTM and fill Filecoin, right? Now, if we're going to bounce from, I'm still macro bullish for the next quarter. If we're going to bounce, then I'm positioned, And for example, say I close I'm up on FTM right now. It's too small. It's, negligible amount of money. If I close it, yeah, I'll get to pocket it. But if I get stopped out on this ETH short, right, then if ETH goes against me, I'm now out of my Filecoin that I've been positioning for. I'm out of my FTM that I've been positioning for, and I got stopped out on my ETH short, so I took a loss here. Now I'm flat and probably sitting on my hands while the market decided to continue. So that's my thought process that's my strategy, honestly, when I'm trading uh, for like a lower time frame correction that will lead to a higher expansion on the other side. Hope that made sense to anybody that was curious about it. So like right now, my ETH short is in profit. My FTM long is in profit. My Filecoin position is not. I'm underwater. I got carried away. I bid this aggressively in this region. And then I said, I said, fuck it. I'm gonna go huge. If I'm gonna bet. I actually just fucking Will Clemente sent a photo of a book that I just ordered because I read it. I'm sure some of you have read it. I have not. Market Wizards. I'll paste the page in my Telegram. Shout out Will. It's a fucking great anecdote about George Soros and how he would, how he shoved when he had high conviction. I have high conviction on Filecoin. I have high conviction on FTM. How high? Not high enough to risk everything I have. That's why we're trading smaller account sizes, but high enough to, gamble on it. I'm betting. Unfortunately, if Filecoin does pull back here, this is kind of a break in the structure that I like, but sometimes they deviate to, kind of stop that structure out. So it seems as though I've gone over most of the tokens that y'all are interested in. If you have any other tokens before I go about my day, spew them in the chat. But for now, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Oh, I just realized my volume is super low on my headset. It's been so the last few, like yesterday while I was watching the books, some asshole on Coinbase was just like, "Oh, let's test liquidity," and he would just no regard FXS. I'm also along a super small amount of frax. Look at that chart, man. I posted this on stream like 2 weeks ago. If you guys were there, congrats. If you took it, if you didn't, target's still $15. Starting to distribute a little bit on the higher side here. What could probably happen is something like this, right? Where we retest into here, blow everybody out. If we really retest the range top, that's pretty that's a solid place to get along the range highs. If anything, it'd probably be more in this area, like 8, 9. I'd probably add more to my long in this 8, 9 area. I'd say dude, the magnet's cool and all, but not always. If we can get something like that, that'd be a cool place to add. I love Chainlink. I'm glad people keep bringing it to my attention because I consistently forget to check on it. But you kind of have like a similar range that Looks like it's going to expand at some point. Um, you know, retested this fucking breakout from 2020, full round trip. Here's a great example of some deviation that happened back in 2020 that probably threw me off, right? Saw this vertical accumulation, bid, break in market structure. This was brutal, you know. You had a serious drawdown of like 30%, 40% in a wick. This 100% blew me out. I don't even remember the day. I should have had a journal at the time, but I can guarantee you that I was like long from the bottom side of this channel, and I was like, "Oh, we're going to new highs," but boom, we get a fucking 40% wick, followed by a year of bull market. Like, look at this. Imagine getting wicked out at $7 and then having the thing run against you by 500%. This is the type of shit that happens in this market. You know how many people got liquidated here just to get miss out on this move? This is why leverage is super dangerous. If you're on a spot drawdown, shit, you just lost 40%, but you didn't get liquidated. You still have the bag. And then let's say it goes back to your entry. You still make 300% on the thing, you know? So you have to be super mindful of the type of manipulation you can get in this market. May 2021 is when I pretty much lost everything. Never forget this type of move. This was bullshit, man. Wait from, you know, this is on Binance, yeah. That was pretty whack. Market's crazy, man. So, how long have we been in this range? Probably 266 days. Holy shit. When this thing expands out of here, it's going to go. That doesn't mean you have to enter in the middle of the range and be, all in. So when this happened, whoops, someone says, "What did you do after losing it all in 2021?" All right, I still had six figures. So when I say I lose it all, I still had a pretty workable back, but it was, I had fucking ran it up in 2020, 2021. I'll actually post a video about what happened so you can learn from my mistakes. Ooh, bless me. But, essentially, I bid like a 50% drawdown, everything wicked 75, 80, 90%, and was instantly back to where my original bids were, or higher than my original bids were that, within the next 48 hours. I had six figures left still. I was fucking traumatized though, because it was the biggest individual loss I'd ever taken, but when you still have a bag to work with, you don't want to lose abs. I haven't been zeroed out per se. Like I haven't had to have zeros in my account. Even, I've ran down positions to like where I've had five figures or less, and it's still actionable. It's still workable, but you never want to zero out. It's like a big old poker game that you're playing for the rest of your life, and just you can't go all in, because if you zero out, you have no more chips to play with. And that's the issue. But when you're in your early teens, late teens, or you're in your early 20s and you don't have much responsibility, this is the age you hyper gamble to elite status. Because if you can make it in your early 20s or your late teens, the Jen Spartan said something like that once. He said, you have like, a handful of years to hyper gamble into elite status before you have to wage cuck for the rest of your life, because you have like a real life ahead of you. So I took that to heart when I read it. I was like 18. I think I was 19, maybe 20. I was already hyper gambling, but point being, you can't lose it all, or you have nothing to hyper gamble with. But if you do make it to the elite status at an early age, don't hyper gamble it away. There's lots of guys on CT who did make it to elite wealth status, lost 8, 9 figures because they couldn't stop hyper gambling. Get to 8, 9 figures, definitely stop gambling, or you're not gonna fucking. And that's not to say that if you're in your 30s, you can't hyper gamble. You just have to be more responsible, because you probably have a family and bills and mortgages and stuff. I'm at the age of 25, so I'm starting to realize that there's more than hyper gambling. I only hyper gamble a small amount of my net worth at this point. Not a small amount, a pretty solid amount still, but not all of it. Because if I lost everything, then I'd be pretty fucking toast. Matic breaking a 1.05 strong. Let's see. See, look what I'm talking about. Breakout, just like BTC did yesterday. Breaks out, traps breakout longers, and then you're stuck. And then you expect a continuation. You know how many people probably longed this? I did that yesterday on BTC. I was scalping. I was like, holy fuck, this is going to be a breakout for the third drive. Third drive, and that's it. I didn't know how high a third drive could go. In my opinion, this is an SFP. Probably comes down to this. I still have bids at 21. This is what I do, like literally all day. I'll pull this up and also scalper scanner. Look for any intraday scalps by volume, by ticks. Ticks will show us, you know, how many positions are firing off or clicking at a given time. 5 minutes. 5-minute volume obviously is going to be the majors. You know, so if I see something start to hop up here, I'll take a look at what it is. Look at that. Our ETH short is printing. If you're in Telegram, look at that. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? So how deep will it go? The good thing is I'm getting all my bids filled on Filecoin, that's for sure. But now the real question is it going to bounce when things start to bounce? And you better hope so. ETH short was nowhere near large enough. I have 1/4 of the size at which I want to be. That's what it is. It is what it is, right, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, super chancer. You learn expensive lessons when you're younger. It's like paying tuition, you know, this market. If you didn't go to school, I didn't go to school for trading, but I've paid my tuitions to the market. Some expensive lessons, that's for sure. And hopefully you don't want to learn them once or more than once. I've learned them more than once. I just got a notification that AXS is up a large amount, 10%, 24 hours. I wish I could tailor those notifications. So you start to get pullbacks on shit. You start to look for the beta that you want to bid. I have my beta. I'm bidding Filecoin and FTM. You need to wipe your camera lens, little lady.
No, it looks good.
It's blurry.
No, it's good.
All right, so long-term alt conviction plays, Mr. Jackie Chan. Shit, man. I don't really have the appetite for long-term alt plays as I used to. If anything, I'm long-term ETH, man. Anything I make off of these types of trades is to eventually rotate 8 figures into ETH and then not touch it and just like fucking buy some property and live off of it. ETH 10K someday. Doesn't mean it'll happen this year. Doesn't mean it'll happen next. Doesn't mean if it'll happen in 4. But if it does happen at some point, and you're not leveraged and you have ETH and you're comfortable, so make money in between. I like CRV, I guess. I don't know, Jack. It's hard to be long-term convicted anything. Maybe Sol, right? You could say Sol is like the ETH of 2019. Probably runs a full cycle, does some of this shit for a while before. But I'm sure if Vitalik likes it, then I like it, right? Vitalik did pretty well with ETH. I don't know. You could probably bet on this long term. Doesn't mean go all in here. Jack, what's your long-term alt conviction play, dude? I know that you're definitely convicted on some sort of bags, and I'd like to know what they are, so I can bet them too. Got any conviction on Q? Dude, Quant is a 2017 Dino coin. I don't know if I can be convicted on this thing, man. Oh, my ears. There we go. See what I'm talking about? The ETH breakdown, baby. My system did not fail me. My system did not fail me. Cool. So now it's a game of patience. Look, if this turns around here, right? Say that was the low. It was just, chasing this inefficient breakout, and we continue up and stop me out. I don't give a shit because what I got filled on for Filecoin and FTM, if that was the low and we continue higher here, I get stopped out for a little bit of money. But more importantly, I got some badass fills on Filecoin and FTM. And if my, conviction with the two are comfortable, then it is what it is. Atom USDT. Dude, remember when everyone was fucking bidding the shit out of Atom and this? Oops. This looks like that chain link chart. Never really ends well when it does this kind of price action. I kind of like this chart though. I don't know. ETH BTC. Oof. Look at that. Man, someone is. Look at that. That's the meaner version to this finest. It didn't even get to retest this. Relentless selling. I got one extra FTM bid filled out of 10 more. So in theory, I'm taking profit on this, this ETH short as I get filled on all these altcoins, or on not all, but these two altcoins, right? I still think this goes lower though. I'm gonna sit in this comfortably. Fuck man, I should have added. I should have just let, my entry's actually down like here. So I'll invalidate that here. Cool. Something like that for your mind. Thoughts on OP? I went over the chart. I mean, you can try and chase its all-time highs. It's not the highest EV play. The chart I like the most out of today is FTM. Look at this kind of reaction you get. Right? Look at that. Someone's bidding it. I don't have enough of it. Anybody want anything else? By the way, I'm giving out $400 tomorrow for free. All you have to do is retweet the tweet that I tweeted about it. And I didn't do comp. Sorry, brother. And you get $200, or you subscribe to me on YouTube and you get $200. Pretty easy, huh? This kind of looks like Matic before. This kind of looks like Matic before it did that little expansion to the range high. Kind of looks cool. I'm a fan of this. Look at that. I could do this. I could say that this is going to break out, and I would target. If I was to bid this, I'd bid it now. I'd inval on the lows, below the lows, and I would target this type of move. The king of measured moves, Mr. Dime, would probably roast me for doing this incorrectly, but I'm gonna try it, right? If you gotta fucking, I don't know how to do measured moves, but I'm sure it's not that hard, right? You would just say that you could get that kind of move out of it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just guessing. But it's not a bad long. This thing looks cool. I'll leave this in my Telegram journal for future reference to revisit. A lot of people think I'm doing this Telegram channel for the public, but I'm really doing it for myself and keeping myself accountable by having it. I like it though. Sheeb is cool. Let's take a look at Sheeb. Yeah, we talked about Sheeb. Market structure's broken. Probably going to go a little lower. Type vibe. Yeah. Type vibe. Who knows? We'll see. I like it though. I want to long it at some point. I just can't long it here. See, we'll say that's the lows, right? Well, fuck, man. I got filled on my bids. FTM is still going up. Not enough FTM, though. Not enough. Oi, 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 oi. Damn, coins really went down. Damn, look at FTM, man. That is what you want to see if you're long the token, right? That is what you want to see. As opposed to this. Let's see. Yeah, we go down. Maybe I should move these bits a bit lower if we're really going to go down. I'm going to have to sit some drawdown on these positions, right? Like these longs, I'm going to get drawdown on them, but I'm comfortable because I'll risk it for the biscuit. I just lowered my fill bids. So essentially what I have is something like this. Oh, I hate this magnet thing sometimes. Let's just say it's this, right? I have bids all throughout here. Maybe we get a deviation. Whoa, why did that go away? What? Maybe we get something like this. That'd be cool. Do thoughts on coins like Link when they're absolutely stuck in a range? If they're mid-range, I avoid them. If they're at the top of the range, I avoid them. If they're at the bottom of the range, then I bid them. Nick, don't you have work? Aren't you working right now? I'll still whoop you in any sort of race of your interest. Foot race, car race, go-kart race. Whatever you want to get smoked in, you name your price tool, brother. I'll take you to town. Can I do the stream in an English accent? Yeah, I could try. It takes me a second to kick it on. I like AVAX. I could try, yeah, but it's not going to be perfect. Necklace Rice Peter, sorry, mate, I'm not going to fucking race you as shit. I feel bad for you, mate. I don't want to hurt you. I like you, mate. I like you. Good friend. It's a shame I've got to be faster than you in every facet. I could race you wherever you want it, and I'll destroy you. No, I don't avoid them. I'll talk about that. Thank you. I'll try. Sometimes I'll get in these like autistic rates where I'll just talk like this forever. My girlfriend hates it, but I fucking love it. It's not that. It's like you get to switch it up for a day, you know? What's another token I like? I think I'm long this shit on a challenge account, but I'm not gonna add it off. I've got conviction. I'm willing to. If you're copy trading me on a challenge account, I want you to be careful because I'm in this position. I'm like quite sure I'm in this position. Just came back. Why are you talking like a redacted? Well, you see, mate. Sometimes you've got to practice different cultures and ethnicities. Because if I was walking through the UK like this, I'll probably fit right in with them redacteds. I don't know what culture is, but I like it. Let's look at how my sweet little scam GMT's doing. Well, you see, it's spot on, Cockney. Yeah, well, I'm trying, alright? Alright, alright, alright. What we have here? So many scams are pumping, which is very concerning because it feels like the hot ball of liquidity just wants to push them and then exit them, but in an inefficient manner, which is quite similar. Well, that SFP's looking like a fucking SFP if I've ever seen one. Shit. Shit. I was long ape yesterday. How's that look? Liquidity. Can't get a water bottle. It's liquid, isn't it? It's quite scary, isn't it? Man, if that was the APT top, that'd be hilarious. Blows everybody out of their shorts with like a 20% move or a 40% move or a 10% move. Sorry, I'm bad at math. Where was it yesterday? At 16? 25? Woo, lad, that would suck. Not me, though. Just came back. Why are you talking like a redacted? If you guys haven't heard Charles Reed talk, I'm a Charles Reed fanboy. His voice goes crazy. That boy needs to read my kids to sleep when I have kids. I kind of like this. I don't know what's going on over here, but I like it. Balancer has the bid. I don't know why. I used to cross-reference all my coins with BTC chart. I haven't in a while. Man, this shit is retarded. Who trades these pairs? Let's take a look at Legacy. Man, it looks like shit. You could say it's a little bit of a shift in market structure. You've got like this, the lows are set. Continuation. You could say it goes up here, and then it goes down here. That would make the world go crazy. You could say this is the echo bubble. I really only use Coinalize and TradingView. I don't really like to. You get this like analysis paralysis when you get too much data or information. I use Scalper Scanner. I've gone over that a bunch. Um, oh, Nicholas, you just have to buy more scams, mate. Yeah, these are like my 3 websites. And Coinalize for open interest data. FTM is still chatting, isn't it? Imagine that. Oh my goodness, this is such a hideous chart. So many charts are so hideous when you zoom out. Invictus, holy shit, dude. I lost so much money on that scam. We were very dynamically rebasing for our lives. Bro, aren't you at work? Don't you have to like talk to people? Why are you listening to a bum on the internet? You got things to do, don't you? What other scams do we like, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, fuck, I forgot about Kanto. I have a small bag of Kanto that... this was like me trying to get filled. I had no patience. There's like the books are like the thinnest books you've ever seen. It doesn't even feel like it should be on a sex with how it trades. I'm too lazy to bridge. I told Screen Times I would bridge. I didn't bridge. Hook. Hook. Oh, HNT. Oh, yo, how's your miner doing, Nick? You printing, bro? Printing off your miner? Damn, if you have any rewards from that miner, you should sell them ASAP, brother. You had a solid move off the lows. It's hard for me to fucking trade anything that's up 132%. The already Pompadour meme. That's me. Hook USDT. Anybody like stocks? Can anybody? This thing looks good. What the hell? That's cool. Anybody got any stocks for me? I like to trade stocks. No, I don't really know how to trade this. You have to recognize where you have an edge and where you don't. And if shit goes the other way when you don't have an edge in it and you're still trying to trade it, then you're gambling. And I don't have an edge. Like, I mean, dude, I was so long Litecoin. Hold on, I'll take a look at Silver, Tesla, and Disney in a second. I was pretty long Litecoin on a few accounts. I don't know why I clicked on the Bitstamp chart. It hit my target. Wait, look, if I pull up the Litecoin, or I think it got close. Oh, I might have deleted it. Yeah, I deleted it. Yeah, I was long from like here or something, targeting 98, I think. I would consider this complete though. I was looking for this type of liquidity to get filled, and it did. So if we did this, I wouldn't care. But if we did this, then I'm interested again to execute here. But that looks like a whoops, like a bear market rally completed. Oof, that would suck. Oh, yo, that's painful, man. Shit. Let's look at Tesla. I missed the Tesla short. I have to cry about it. It's just the way it goes. Wow, what a bear market rally. I would short the shit out of this thing again. Holy shit, look at that. This is gonna go to fucking. That's probably gonna go there. I genuinely believe so. That gap too. Wow, that blew out shorts. I would love to short Tesla at like 170. That's a pretty solid move off the lows, huh? 60%. Sheesh, man. Let's look at Disney. I don't look at Disney ever. I honestly haven't seen this thing in months, but I don't know. I would say it's a. I'm sure that there was something to do. I don't know. I don't like it where it's at now. I would have liked it down here, right? That would have made more sense. It's a pretty juicy area to trade it. BB, what is this? Bed Bath and Beyond? Bed Bath BY. I hear bouncing on Agger. You guys can't hear it. I have Agger in the background at all times, no matter what I'm doing on my computer, because then I can hear the type of reaction I'm looking for. I'm hearing bidding. Let's see what. Wow, Bed Bath and Beyond looks fucking. It looks like a shit coin, dude. This is hilarious. I'm sure it could scam pump like that again. Is this like one of those GameStop type of place? This thing is hideous, man. Of Oh, Kathy Woods bought 160 million Tesla shares at $160. Nice, classic. Um, what else? Microsoft. Like Microsoft. Look at that, breaking multi-bull market structure. Market structure is literally up only. Breaking market structure. This is the type of chart that makes me think we're in a serious recession for a long time. Can't really justify. I'm sure you could say You know, echo bubble up here, breakdown lower, but I cannot see in a world that we are, going to go back up from here. Let's look at 2020, or let's look at 2000 for this reason specifically. See what happens. You have a parabolic move, broken market structure, a retracement of 60%. I guess you could kind of say. And then sideways. Look at that sideways. How many years is this? Holy shit. Wow, that's unfortunate. 5,600 days. It took January 22, 2000. It took 16 years to catch the highs. Now imagine, holy shit, man. Now let's say that's the case here, right? This is what this could look like. This could literally look like a stagflation type of top. Right? Something like this for fucking 16 years. And then that. What are you gonna do for these fucking what are you gonna do for 10 years of this? What are you going to do for 10 years of this? I don't know what I'm gonna do. If I was like you, I'm gonna be 35 years old if this is what we get. Expansive, overextended move followed by a sideways chop for fucking. Oh man, that's awful. Oh, Luke Martin. Good morning, Luke. Yeah, are you gonna trade Ponzi's for 10 years, dude? Imagine this was us. Bro, people from CT would die of old age. There's fucking boomers on there that would no longer work. Imagine this. Nightmare, 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 dude. Oh, I can't imagine that. Fuck, man, I'm too young for this shit. I'm sure if you want to trade some ranges, but there's going to be so many. You know how many Robinhood traders will blow out here? Kids who started trading, and by the time they're 25, 30, 40, they have to get jobs and shit, and then the time to risk it all goes. Man, that would suck. Not me. I'm gonna make it all back on my Ponzi coins. My Ethereums are gonna go straight up. I'll be selling Ethereum at $10,000 for one Ethereum. Shit, man, that's really depressing. I'm still such a doomer. Oh, right, imagine that. Yeah, sure. We got the 40% drawdown. Maybe it goes to 60, right? Let's say it goes to 60. Let's say it goes to this. Here, watch this. This is what's gonna happen. This is what we're gonna imagine that until 2026 before you have the chance to gamble all in again on all your calls. Gulp. That's a big sigh right there. Get a job. Go touch grass. Go outside. Gamble on the next generation. Have your kids gamble on coins for you. Catch the move when you're 40, right? The Fed either has to. Yeah, I guess the Fed didn't have the QE drugs, huh? The QE drugs should probably change a lot of that. Shit. My Ponzi's are in good hands. I think Jump is selling this shit while I hold it. Maybe I round trip it. Who cares? I'm up 200%. Anybody else got any more scams they want to see? Any more silly scams? Shit, man. It's possible. It's really possible that this. Whoops! I accidentally just moved my alert. FaZe Clan. What's the ticker for FaZe? Is it just FaZe? Oh my god, dude! If think about all the poor gamer kids who are like, FaZe will send me to. Is this FaZe? Is this FaZe? No, this isn't FaZe. Is it? Is the ticker just FaZe for this? Because if it is, holy shit, dude. Oh my goodness, they ruined so many poor kids' lives, 22 to 70 cents. You know how many kids that were supporting them were like, FaZe is gonna take us to retirement. Mom, can I borrow $20 to put into FaZe? Holy shit, poor kids. AVAX looks good, man. I gotta say, AVAX looks good. It's not collapsing on every drawdown that comes by the majors. It's probably gonna have its chance to squeeze. Look, if ETH just does this for like another week before a full collapse, if we get 5 days of this, just sideways, I don't even care if it goes up or down. It's gonna give me so much room on my scams. Like I'll for sure get this move on most of my scams. Like FTM is if we get some sideways non-collapse squeeze, then this thing's gonna go to 80 cents. But if instead ETH says, "Hey guys, fuck you," and fills in this drive here, then we're not going to be able to get some squeezes out of our scams. So we want daddy ETH or daddy Bitcoin and mommy ETH to be, you know, nice and hold or just chop or do more of this stuff. If we get more of this stuff here, then we can squeeze scams. And if we get little wicks to the downside, then you get incredible bids on your scams. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. It's just the way it goes. I wonder where most of my views are, whether it's YouTube or Twitch. I wonder if all the comments are showing on every side. Hopefully this doesn't happen. Give me a few days. Please. I want my scams to squeeze like the other scams. If anybody can find the next Aptos and send it to my DMs, I'd be sick. Everybody's saying it's Kanto, but I don't think so. Sorry. What is it, like 100 mil market cap? It's possible, man. But this shit's fucking already pumped. Am I the already pumpador meme? Oh no, it went to 6 cents and now it's at 33. Already pumped. Already pumpadored. Show me the boomer rock. I have some boomer rock. I want boomer rock. I think this is distribution for a lower time frame drawback. Like the 22. I think I said that already, but this looks like distribution to me. I'm not too comfortable there. What else, my little fucking friends, my internet friends? What else do you want to see? What do you want to see? Scanner selling us. APT is at the top of the scanner. There's some action going around this thing. I think this thing is toast. Extended. Take care, mate. Off to gym. Enjoy the gym, good sir. Enjoy the gym. Get a good lift in. I haven't lifted in 2 days. My body's screaming at me. Said I scalped all these scams and this looks good. I think. I don't know. I don't know anything. Like look at every time it looked like this. Wick off. Wicks off. I don't know. History doesn't repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme. I don't know. All I care about right now, 15 to 19 can come on what AXS. Scamming it. Yeah, I'm sure it could. If you're betting on this, you're betting on continuation that the low is taken. What happened to all my indicators? Right? There you go. You're betting that the trend is your friend, and you can continue to bet that this line is going to continue upwards, and you can bid it every time. You don't need this heuristic to bet that. You just need some sort of MA, EMA. You need something, right? Do I have a target to TP on FTM? Yeah, I do. It's like 70 cents, I think. Realistically, it's like I call this here. I'll pull it up so you have more price history. What I look for when I'm TPing in this kind of shit. Whoa, let me turn this off. Here, actually, I can display it. No, I have. Can I? Not really. Essentially, probably here, right? Previous highs. Looks like you have some volume traded in this region. When there's no volume traded, in my opinion, it's like gaps. Like they could just fucking fly through that area, unless it's a type of price. It's a type of place where price doesn't really stall. So when we get a move to like here, I don't know. I'd TP around here. You like this technical analysis right here? This is my this is my take profit right here. So I'll probably just watch when shit starts to go crazy with this thing. Um, when shit starts to break out, I have so many alerts set, and then I'm instantly at my computer or my phone or my laptop. And then I'm saying, all right, what's going on? Is the bid strong? Is it stalling? Did I see a fucking huge spot seller that decided to ruin the price? Is there no sellers to be found? If there's no sellers to be found, I'm holding it. DYDX looks good. Sometimes I'll just do this. I'll just run down the list. It's good to see FTM at the top of it. Oof, scams absolutely pumping. Ave looks not so bad. That looks not so bad. Man, Waves looks kind of cool. Oh, there's my BCH scam. This thing looks pretty good. Man, this thing looks pretty good. I would say it goes to 170, 180. Not that I'm trading it, but it's just so hard when shit's so overextended and it's like at the top of a like you can't. This is like the clear mid range for Link. Look at the amount of volume traded in this area. This is the point of control, in my opinion. If it can overcome this and start to do this kind of shit, cool. If not, I'm bidding it down here again. $5.97, $6. I would buy $6 Link for sure. All right, I'm calling it. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm tired of sitting here. I'm in my positions. I'm comfortable. Hope you guys got some value out of that. If you have any more questions, just shoot them into the Telegram and I'll answer them when I can. Have a good day. Go get some grass, touch it, eat it, walk it, get some sun.